Hi and welcome to Chef's Gear. In response to one of our viewers' comments, I would like to reintroduce the electric pan from Breadaco to you, so stay tuned. In my previous video, I've been showing the technical details. Today I want to focus on the practical application of this device. So do not understand this clip as a recipe by any means, it's just merely to showcase the versatility of the product. So first, well, it's an electric pan, so let's fry some pancakes. So you just turn up the temperature, I just do on the max. Let's put some oil on the pan, and because the device is already Teflon coated, it doesn't require much oil or fat or grease or whatever you're using. So what I'm doing, I'm usually taking a paper towel, just spread the oil all over the pan. It heats up really quickly. So when the pan is hot enough, just take your batter, pour some generous amount on it, and just use the handles to spread the batter all over the surface of the pan. So just give it a few seconds. When you see the bottom is set already and there's no liquid dough on the top, just use a spatula. I'm using metal spatula, so I need to be really careful because, as I said, it's Teflon coated, so you don't want to damage that Teflon surface. I'm recommending a wooden spatula or silicone or a Teflon spatula. There are some like that. Oh, there you go. Just flip it. Unfortunately, you cannot flip a pancake like you would do on a normal pan, but still, as you can see, you can make pancakes. And with a bit of practice, you can actually get quite good at it. This is actually my second pancake I made on this pan, so, well, nobody's perfect. But as you can see, it does work. You can do pancakes. Actually, you can do beautiful crepes like this. So it does fulfill a purpose. All right, I reckon that's enough. So you have these beautiful pancakes. And now all you need is a bit of filling and you're good to go. All right, so now we know it can make crepes or pancakes. Let's get to another dish. Okay, so let's imagine you live in a dormitory or in a student flat where you don't have a stove, an oven, but you still need to eat something, right? So that's where this device comes in really handy, because you can make whole dishes with it at the same time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a portion of salmon, skin on, crispy skin, hopefully. So let's just put some salt on it, a little bit of olive oil. Let's put the salmon skin down first on the pan just to make it nice and crispy. Add a little bit of seasoning on top, salt and pepper. Give it a good 2-3 minutes. Well, actually at the same time you can start making your vegetables. So I'm preparing a simple vegetable mix you can buy from the store. Remember, you're a student. So just a store-bought vegetables, a little bit of oil on the pan. Drop that all in. All right, give the vegetables a little stir. Spread it on the surface. I reckon the salmon is probably needs another minute or so. Let's season the vegetables. All right, I think it's time to flip the salmon very gently, not to scratch the surface. Oh, that's beautiful skin. There you go. Give it another stir to the vegetables, just to make sure they caramelize evenly, and just cover for about 4 or 5 minutes, I guess. Okay, I think it's ready. Obviously, we lost a little bit of the crispiness on the skin due to the fact that the lid was on and it was steaming, but it's still, you know, it's not restaurant quality, but it will definitely do. So let's plate it up. one portion. Let's get the vegetables. One here. One here. You have a dinner for two. Really quickly, in one dish, one pot, so it's really good for all the one-pot dishes, goulashes, stews, soups. It basically replaces a burner, so definitely a home brand for home use, but in a commercial kitchen, I would also see some practical application there. So if you don't want to sacrifice a burner on your stove because you're in the middle of a service rush, you can simply just put this on, take it out of the storage, get some sauce going or whatever, it's really practical. So let's get for the third option. So my third dish is a pizza, because this product is marketed as an electric pizza pan. I tell you in a second what's wrong with it. First, I'm going to make a pizza. So you want to crank it up to the highest possible temperature. Make sure it really heats up well. So I'm going to cover it for a couple of seconds. And while this is heating up, let me just tell you, for all those pizza freaks out there, don't hate me too much. I know. A proper pizza oven should be somewhere in between 350 degrees up to 500 degrees, or even more. I've seen pizza ovens going up to 900 degrees and they pump up pizza within 30 seconds or so. So I know it's not a pizza oven, but technically you can make a pizza in this device. But as I said, it is a home brand, so it doesn't produce a restaurant quality product in it, all right? So keeping this in mind, please remember, even when it's cranked up the highest, it will not produce more than, I reckon, about 250 degrees. So it's not enough to produce this really nice, crispy Neapolitan pizza, all right? But if you're doing it at home, and all your guests are in the age between 5 and 10, for example, they will not complain if you produce a really nice pie, right? So I reckon the pan is pretty much there already. What I'm gonna do, again, a little bit of oil on the bottom, spread it with a little bit of paper towel. You don't want your pizza to be swimming in oil, right? And you have to do it in two stages. So first, I'm gonna drop my pizza in, just like so, for only a couple of minutes. Make sure it gets nice and crispy. You need to crispen up the bottom, or actually the top, because it's upside down. And when you see bubbles on this side coming up, it's probably the best time to flip it, just like so. Now is the time to put your sauce on. I'm using just a simple passata, just for the purpose of the exercise. Not too much, make sure everything is covered. A little bit of mozzarella cheese, a little bit of pepperoni, just all over the place. And now let's put the lid on. In order to answer that viewer who left me the comment, yes, as you can see, the lid is already steaming. So you will not achieve that melted kind of cheese that you would do, which have in an oven or normal oven. But if you don't have an oven, that's, well, the only way you can make a pizza. So what I'm doing, I'm leaving the lid on for about 3 to 4 minutes. And after that, I'm just taking the lid off in order not to have the pizza top like swimming in sweat. You know, that's not really appetizing. So let's give this another 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes are up. Let's take the lid off. As you can see, the cheese is already melted. You don't have the same effect as you would have in an oven, obviously, as I said, but it looks like a pizza, right? So for home or maybe camping, when you're outside somewhere and you find a socket where you can plug yourself in, well, it's perfect. You can make a pizza nearly everywhere, right? So let's just take it out. And there you go. So as you can hear, the bottom should be nice and crispy, although it doesn't look that way on this side. So there you go. couple of leaves of basil just to cover some places. And there you go, it doesn't look that bad anymore, right? So for home, absolutely enough, I would say. For restaurant, not really, but it makes up in versatility. Okay, so now we've done some practical applications. Let's focus on the cleaning process. If it comes to cleaning, I have to say, as a chef, I find it a bit impractical. But on the good note, the surface of the pan has a really nice Teflon coating that I mentioned several times already. So it's really nice and easy to clean. However, I spoke with the technicians who designed and built this device, and they say, well, they actually warn it is an electrical device. So just like an iron, you wouldn't play with an ironing iron in your bath. Same with this. You can unplug it. There you go. There are 3 pins there. They're kind of deep. So when you do clean it, do not submerge it in water. You can put it in your sink. A few drops, few splashes are fine. Just remember, after washing, dry it really properly, because if there's a little bit of water on that rod or on those pins, or if it goes inside and you plug it into your electrical source, it may short and it will blow your fuses. So that's one thing that you need to be warned about. And then it's really light, you know, it's really like, you know, a couple of kilos really. So it's really easy to handle. You don't need to scrub the surface. Most of the times, like, you know, a quick clean on the go, like I did now, with a bit of paper is absolutely fine. You know, this device hasn't been cleaned in between the pizza and the salmon and the pancakes. I basically just wiped it down with a piece of towel. So it's really easy to clean. You can put it in a sink, as I said, a few splashes of water, a bit of detergent is fine, just as long as you watch this bit so it doesn't get submerged in the water. So it's really nice and easy to clean too. As you can see, it's a very versatile device. It's maybe not as efficient as a pizza oven, but it's much more versatile than a pizza oven. You can make a lot of things. You can use it as a frying pan, you can use it as a pot. As you can see, you can make whole dishes in it. So it may come in handy, especially if you don't have a full-on kitchen at your place. So if you like the video, remember to hit the like button. If you want to see more of us, hit subscribe. I thank you guys very much for watching, and I see you next time.